Do women really like bad guys?
Man, I think about it sometimes and I'm like, my life would be so much easier if I just liked nice guys, right? If I liked guys who were honest, guys who were kind, generous, thoughtful man who's gonna bring me flowers or something, I don't know. You know, if I liked guys who just went out of their way and thought about me. The bare minimum. If I just liked guys who gave me the bare minimum, that would be awesome. But I am a little bit more below than that, right? I like liars. I do. I'm going to admit it. I like men who are assholes. Men who are going to treat me like... I do. I like men who are going to go out of their way to make me jealous. And then they come back and I'm like, babe, why'd you do that? I like to feel something because I'm a pretty happy person. Pretty peaceful person on my own. So when I have a guy come in and up my life and make me feel something, I'm like, I love this. I love this. This is so great. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Okay, I didn't ask for this life. I didn't choose this life. This life chose me. Okay, I didn't ask my dad to leave. He just did.
I don't know I don't know where this idea where women think that the bare minimum, like love and respect is the bare minimum. Oh, that's the bare minimum. You know, like, these men are giving the bare minimum is a man taking you home the first time he meets you and blowing your back out and then sending you back on your way to make you pay for everything. That's the bare minimum. You're getting treated like a dog. But for a man to come in and say, here's some roses because I was thinking about you. Let's go out to eat because I was thinking about you. Here's a little snack because I was thinking about you. All of that's not bare minimum. That's devotion. That's loyalty. That's commitment. You guys, y'all's brain is warped.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Who's gonna tell him that he has an ungrateful girlfriend? Oh wait, this TikTok will.
You're gonna miss out on an intentional man by comparing your man to a performative one. You are looking at a bouquet of flowers that come from a florist, a local florist, or maybe a local grocery store that your man brought to you intentionally simply because he knew you loved flowers, and you're comparing your bouquet to the man who gave his woman flowers that he bought from Bouquets by Brie, right? Because he's on social media, he know what's post worthy, and he knows that his woman will perform that post and brag on him. So he did it performatively. Your man did it intentionally because he only did it for you. He didn't do it for the audience. He didn't do it for your followers, and he didn't do it for the applause, but he did it with intention. And because he did not get your flowers from Bouquets by Brie that come with a big old 100 bouquet of roses with the black paper on it, you feel like he's bare minimum. You feel like you're settling for less when the reality is intention beats performance every single time. And this is the problem with social media. You compare what's real to what's performed. And me, I'm in a relationship with a man who's offline. He's not performative at all. So anything that he does that's kind for me, he does it for me. He couldn't care less if I posted it or not. He doesn't need the recognition or the praise. So I have to catch myself sometimes and say, dang, when he just brought me this bouquet of flowers, or dang, when he just wrote me this love letter, or dang, when he just bought me my favorite food, do I have to post everything for online approval? Or is this rooted in my own need to perform and show the world that I got a good man? You don't need to prove to the world that you got a good man. If that man is being good to you, that's between you and him. But because so many of us feel like we need to perform love, perform discipline, perform good life or luxury, we need to perform everything, so much so that we miss out on the real life lived moments where somebody is actually being good to us. You will fumble a man that does intentional things for you because it does not look like the performative version. Bouquets of flowers from regular florists are still very intentional and meaningful. Don't fumble a good man because he does not perform for social media, because he does not live up to the aesthetic. If he loves you and he takes care of you and he does things for you, it does not matter if your social media followers like it or not. It does not matter if you get a lot of praise or comments for it. What matters is how it made you feel. And sometimes you don't like what he did for you because you are still busy trying to prove to other people all that he's done for you. But you feel like what he's done for you doesn't measure up to the aesthetic. You see what I'm saying? This is why you need to get offline and touch some grass.
Hey, which dish soap for the dishwasher? They both say dish soap. I just want to make sure I don't put the wrong one in there.
You're joking, right?
Well, I mean, I think it's this one, but I don't want to put the wrong one in.
Yeah, it's this one that you literally never do dishes, obviously then. Hey, what's this light coming on my dashboard?
Oh, just means it's time to change the oil.
Okay, so do we need to bring the car in?
No, babe, I got it. I always change the oil in our cars. You don't need to worry about it.
Oh.
Hey, can we dry jackets like this regular, or do you have to hang
I don't know.
dry?
Why don't you read the tag?
Well, I just know you've done a lot of these, so I was just wondering.
Okay, look at the tag. That's what I do.
Okay, gosh. Hey, what are you doing in here?
I'm looking for a drill bit.
For
I'm
what?
trying to put together this piece of furniture. I do not know.
Piece of furniture?
what I'm
Hey,
doing.
it's okay. Hey, I got it. Why don't you just come to me? I'll do it for you.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Let me
I
show
got
you.
it. Hey, do we have any more paper towels?
Why don't you look?
I mean, I've looked all over. I can't find them anywhere.
You don't know where we keep the paper towels?
I thought I did, but I can't see them anywhere.
Okay, well then we're probably out, so maybe you should get more.
Oh my gosh.
Do you need to put oil in this to get this to turn on? I can't get it to turn on.
No, it's electric. We just need to put a battery in it. What are you up to?
Well, I wanted to get the yard mowed because I have all those flowers I wanted to get planted.
Oh, you really want to do that? I'll do it. I can mow the lawn for you.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to deal with this.
Weaponized incompetence is definitely a real issue that we have plenty of other videos addressing, but what we wanted to specifically show in this video was maybe there is a double standard.
The difference between these two people was perspective. In the house, the wife interpreted the husband not knowing what to do as him not pulling his weight or doing it to her on purpose.
But when the roles were reversed, when I didn't know something about the car or the yard or the tools, he never assumed malintent.
Yeah, I just helped, or I showed her, or I said, hey, I'll do that for you, because those are my areas of familiarity, and I'm not seeing that as some sort of moral failure on her part.
And that is why perspective matters, because if we view every difference in skill or knowledge as laziness, manipulation, or weaponized incompetence, we're just turning our partner into an enemy.
But if instead we just see it as, hey, these are the areas I'm good at, these are the areas you're good at, let's be a team, and now all of a sudden our relationship can truly thrive because we see each other as allies, not enemies.
This gives us the opportunity to celebrate and praise each other and be so excited about the person we're with because they bring different things into the relationship that we don't necessarily bring. Through the application of inner work, both you and your partner have the opportunity to learn from each other, and instead of becoming adversaries, you become a united team committed to understanding and supporting each other. By delegating tasks, you become a team, and by making it safe to ask for help. This entire chapter on the wound of overwhelm is addressing those feelings of weaponized incompetence, feeling like you're overwhelmed, you have to do everything alone in your relationship, and it goes over how to heal that in your relationship. The book is The Inner Work of Relationships.
And you notice the attitudes here, like they were talking about, the way one responded versus the other. You'll notice even though there was no hollering or screaming, there was kind of like they said, a maliciousness, an undertone of he's incompetent, he's an idiot. And then that becomes, I'm superior to him. Why am I in a relationship with an idiot? A guy that can't even figure out where the paper towels are. He can't even figure out how to wash some clothes. That's easy. Just read the tag. If you were doing it all the time, you wouldn't have a problem. But what they do is they then say, oh, well, when it comes to cars, I can just call somebody for that. I can go get my dad to do that. Not understanding that you're basically doing the same thing. You're trying to outsource what you don't know. But you're saying, oh, well, I just figured it out. No, you didn't. You took your labor and you put it on somebody else. That's what you did. It's essentially what you're doing with other things. You're taking your labor and you're putting it on the man. And then when the man says, well, I don't know how to do this, can you show me how? Now you say, well, wait a minute. I ain't taking your labor on. I ain't doing nothing for you. You're the man. You're the provider. You're supposed to be doing things for me. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to take charge. How come you can't figure it out as the man in my life? I'm superior to you. And then everything that they start saying is, well, he ain't no provider because he don't know what to do. He can't carry my weight and his. I got to keep on carrying his weight. When we talk about just a question about the clothes or just a question about the paper towels, now he can't carry his weight. But when you ask about the car and the tools and the lawnmower, then all of a sudden it's, well, that's what you're supposed to do. I need a little bit of help. If you won't help me, then my dad will help me. You're supposed to treat me with respect. They're blind to see, like they said, the double standard. They're blind to it. They want to see it as, well, he's just incompetent. He should just know. And I get it. I understand. If you know something, then they should know it. That's just the way you think. Oh, well, it's so simple. If I can do it, he should be able to do it. I get it. I'm guilty of that too. But over time, you need to start backing up and saying, well, wait a minute. Like they said in this video, you're right. Maybe, I need to give him a little grace just like he's giving me a little grace. But modern women don't think like that. They think he's incompetent, so we're about to get a divorce. And they ruin a lot of good men. They ruin a lot of relationships because they, quite frankly, suck at being a spouse.
And hear me out. I know it's trendy to hate men nowadays. I know it's like a really cool thing for women to do, but this is really weird. You're in a public space, right? And all he did was walk by. He didn't put his hand on you. He just literally walked by. You're at a public restaurant, and you felt the need to react in that manner. Sweetheart, you need help. Like, for real, all jokes aside, I don't even think it's for social media anymore. I genuinely believe that you need help. Because if I'm being completely honest, it literally looked like you saw a ghost. Like, if we didn't see that man in the frame, I'm like, oh, she's seeing, like, she's hallucinating right now. I've never seen someone react to someone just walking by them in a public restaurant. This is insane. Whatever drugs you on, please stop taking it. It's making you trip the f out. Like, simply just making you lose it. It's not a good look. First and foremost, who raised you that way? Why? What about that is necessary? And secondly, if you hate men so much, why would you go to a space that you know men could possibly be at? You can't hate them that damn much. It's not possible. Thirdly, he didn't do anything to you. He just walked by. That is it. Man, I would hate to see you at a sporting event or the mall or the barbershop. Shit, hell, public basketball court. How you gonna function in those places if you can't even manage somebody just walking by you? That man was probably sitting at a table with his family. You got to get up and go to the bathroom or something. He walked by and you doing the most. For what? Why you like this? And I promise you, this will be one of the same women talking about men need to protect her. Where the real men at? Some of y'all take this social media a little too far. It's disgusting at this point. It really is. But you know what? I know she ain't gonna listen to me because I'm a man. So she really not gonna listen to me. Fortunately for her, she ain't got to. Yeah, keep the change.
To look natural is by contradiction to look cheap. When men say they like a natural woman, what they mean is they want someone who is an inexpensive upkeep. When they look at you as a single woman and they see that you have an expensive bag, your nails are done, your hair is done, your skin is clear, your body is tea, all they see is dollar signs. And they know that that will be expensive for them now and more so in the future. This is why most men will say, I like a natural woman, when they in fact do not. That is just all they can afford currently. When they get the financial means to afford their 10 out of 10, the girl who takes care of herself, the girl who likes luxury things, the girl who wants to live a soft life, they will go ahead and jump ship on that natural girl and go to her. Because although men don't know the true cost of all of the beautifying treatments that we get as women, they have some sort of an idea. When you look good, smell good, have good hair, have good hygiene, and do the additional things on top of that, they know you're not playing games. That's going to cost them money. You are not free. So they'll go to Pick Me Sally over here, who wears no makeup, whose hair's in a hot bun mess, who wears Cookie Monster pajamas, and it's not because she's better than you. In fact, she's not. It's because she's easier and she's less upkeep. So for all my baddies out there who are always thinking, why am I single? I take care of myself. I like nice things. I have a good job. I, buy all of these things for myself. It's not you, baby. It's that men see you and see a price tag that they just cannot afford. Keep it pushing. You'll find that one. I love you.
Do you ever think that maybe when you look like this, let's say the guys that see, oh man, she's expensive. Those guys never even talk to you. But what about the guys that wouldn't be fazed by that? And they still don't talk to you. Do you ever go into, maybe it's something that's wrong with me? And maybe it's not something wrong with who I am as a person, but maybe I need to fix a little something in order to start getting the men to actually approach me. Do I have a look on my face? Is my body positioning and my body posture a certain way? But of course, that will require self-awareness.
You ever notice when a man has a beautiful, gorgeous woman on his arm, suddenly all the other women start paying a lot of attention to him, right? And now he's out there thinking he's turned into some sort of Greek god. And no, she's dating for personality this time. Poor guy's like, damn, everybody's checking me out. I'm so hot. No, sweetie, sit down. They don't want you. I hate to break it to you. They want to compete with her. Because listen, women are natural strategists. When we see a man with a confident, gorgeous woman on his arm, part of us goes like, what's so special about that guy? Is he loaded? Like, why did she choose him? What is he, right? And that's not attraction. It is curiosity mixed with a little competition. Because half the time, when another woman is flirting with a man, knowing that he's full-blown taken, she's not even really into him. She is just testing that woman. She wants to see if she can take what another woman has, just to prove that she simply could, okay? Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande. Okay. It's not about love or even attraction at all. It's purely about ego. But the problem is that most of these men, they misread that. And then all of a sudden they think that they're so irresistible that they've unlocked some sort of God mode and they can have whatever woman that they want, right? No, honey, she just wanted to hold the trophy somebody else had for validation. Now, here's where guys fumble. They really start believing the hype. They start chasing the illusion of something bigger and better out there, and they end up losing the real woman that they had, the one who actually made them glow up in the first place. So here's a little reminder for the men. When another woman's flirting with you, knowing that you're in a relationship, they're not chasing you, honey. They are challenging her. And the second that you forget that, you're going to lose both of them. So yeah, hot. You're super hot. But she's the reason that that woman noticed you in the first place.
They're doing both. They're chasing the guy and they're trying to be in this competition with the woman he's with.
Saying, I don't date single moms, the way that women say, I don't date broke men, would that be seen as preference or prejudice?
It will be seen as prejudice by women. By some women, I imagine, but preference by men. But the answer is it's preference.
Yeah.
I feel like just because a woman has a baby, that doesn't mean it's the end for them. Like, they still have, if it didn't work out with their baby daddy, they still have a chance to find their person. I love when men take on women with babies. Like, I'm like, that's amazing.
I think it would be seen as prejudice, although I think it's fair. I think if you don't want to date someone who has a baby, whether you're a woman or a man, I think that should be your choice, and I think it's completely fair.
Why is it not seen as prejudice when women don't want to date broke men?
Brain break.
Because you don't want anyone to be leeching off of you. I think men and women should be completely equal as far as like how much they work and bring to the table. But the truth is, like, women do carry children, and if they have to be out of work for a while, then the men should be able to make up for that. So I would not date someone who's broke.
Oh, it's actually wild to watch the cognitive dissonance within real time. You cannot, within the same sentence, say that you believe in equality and also give an example of inequality within your thinking. To have a man say, I don't want to be with a single mom, and it could be for financial reasons, you gonna call him prejudice. Meanwhile, it's okay for a woman not to date a broke guy, not because of financial reasons, but because, as a woman, I have to be in a situation and I'm gonna have kids, and it's a very struggle-filled time. Like, it's absolutely insane to listen to them cope of why the logic doesn't apply to them.
If women had to self-improve to attract hypergamous men, would they call that oppression or accountability?
Men would call it accountability, I suppose.
Probably oppression. I would feel like I'm pressured if I had to, make sure I look like this good every day just to be with someone. I would definitely feel pressured.
It's actually insane. With that logic, you flip genders, men are currently oppressed. Interesting.
We'll probably talk about this. You talk about it at length in a lot of different scenarios and situations. It's a preference is what it is. And you have to be self-aware. There was another clip where a woman was talking about being self-aware, understanding her situation. Yes, there are a lot of guys out there that don't mind you having kids, But when you start to flip everything around to where he's taking all of the risk, there's no upside, then a man is not going to do that. He's like, there's no reason for me to be in this situation. I don't have any authority over the kid. I spend all my money on the kid. I can work for 10, 20, 30 years being the father, actually, the father figure for this child. Well, the father is still in her life, so she don't need. I'm in the house. So most of the problems that she can't or he can't go to his dad about, I'm right there. So I, in that situation, would be the father figure. I'm putting majority of my money, if not all of my money, into this child. So yes, I would like some sort of authority, but I'm not going to get that. And what I am going to get is, well, we can leave at any time and we can take your money along with us. What man is going to sign up for that? Plus you try to make him feel less than. Plus you make it seem like you're more superior to him because you didn't go on through a transformation and now you're healed and you're more godlike. You're a goddess now. And you tell him that every day. Who's going to want to hear that?
Dad, what does it mean for a woman to submit to a man?
So it's a very controversial topic, Maria, okay? Because women like to do things their own way nowadays, and they don't want to submit to a man because they think that makes them lesser of a woman to submit to a man. Men are like an umbrella, and the world is like a thunderstorm. And women can either go out into the thunderstorm and get completely soaked and drenched, or
Under the umbrella?
What?
Or they can go under the umbrella?
Exactly, or they can go under the umbrella. What a lot of women have a hard time realizing is that that umbrella is only useful to cover and protect her from the storm if she holds it up, right? So if a woman wants to be protected by the covering of a man, she has to then submit underneath his covering and protection. But some women have a hard time with ego and pride that they don't want to be underneath another man. But what they fail to realize is that the umbrella can't be used for its intended purpose without the woman holding
the umbrella?
Correct. What good does an umbrella do if you just hold it out to the side?
Nothing.
Nothing, exactly. But so many women want to be equal to men. They don't want to be underneath men, that they hold the umbrella out to the side, wondering why they keep getting drenched in the storm. But the way to be protected by the covering is to submit to being underneath it. Does that mean that the woman is less? No, it doesn't. Because guess what? The umbrella can't do its job without the support of the woman. Right? So men need women to support us so that we can cover them and protect them from storms. Here's the caveat to that. Men have to be full of integrity. Otherwise, even if a woman holds that umbrella up, she's still going to get drenched by the holes in the umbrella.
Maturing is realizing that it's not that all guys are the same. It's that you're doing something to cause the same reaction. People are looking at me while I'm recording. But anyways, let that sink in, okay? So there's something that you're doing that is getting the same type of reaction out of each man that you're with, even though not everybody is the same, right? Everybody thinks differently. But let's think about this, right? What's the definition of insanity? The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. I know. It's crazy, right? No pun intended. You got to self-reflect. You got to be able to look at yourself and say, okay, I have this character flaw. I have this insecurity. I have this issue. And I got to work on that issue. Or if not, I'm going to feel like every guy is the same. Mic drop.
Not all guys, but most guys are going to think a certain way about a plethora of topics. And what a lot of modern women try to do is find the guy that will allow them to be irresponsible or to do something crazy. And they'll say, I only have to find one. Well, yeah, that's true. But your chances of finding the one that's just going to allow you to do whatever you want and he's going to be comfortable with it is slim. It's going to be slim to none because most men think a certain way about a plethora of different topics. It's called commonality.
A guy can look at weight gain like an isolated thing. Well, I gained weight. Better remedy that with some bigger pants. Here we go. To the Dillards. Not that simple for girls, is it? Because we know when we gain weight, it's never just about the weight, is it? No, it's attached to many things because everything is everything and it's all happening at once. That's right.
I gain weight because I don't have a work-life balance. I don't have a work-life balance because I hate my job and I don't have time. I hate my job because I didn't get the job I wanted, because I didn't go to school for long enough time, because the guy I was dating at the time didn't encourage me and I always date the wrong men. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
And then unfortunately, all of that gets blamed on your current man, and he has to deal with all of that nonsense.
Kitty, kitty, won't you wink at me?
What's your question?
I meet people from everywhere. I've seen the world, but for some reason, I still can't find love, not love that's like genuine, someone who don't want me for the benefits.
I think we gotta be honest about presentation.
Come on.
No judgment to you, but I'm saying if I'm meeting you here tonight and I'm looking at how you dress, my thoughts are not gonna be intellectual.
That's not fair, but okay.
That's not fair. I don't want you to be mad at me. The way you came to that microphone, baby.
Oh my God.
Kitty, kitty, can you wink at me?
Kitty, I love you.
I love you too, baby. But let me tell you something. As a woman who done had to go a lot of stages through my life, I done had to go through a lot of seasons, a lot of mistakes. There was a spirit that I operated in a long time ago that made me promiscuous. It was something that attached itself to me, and I lived in it for a very, very, very long time. It was the way that I was speaking to people, the way that I presented myself in conversations, the way I presented myself to men, and those men only wanted me for sex. And I kept going through that same cycle until I released that spirit, until I was delivered from that spirit that was in me. Not trying to go too deep, but I recognized something in you that was once in me before. I'm a wife. I had to release a lot of things. I had to ask God to restore me in a lot of ways. I had to go through a lot of guilt and a lot of shame for mistakes that I made from a spirit that I was operating in that came down my bloodline. You operated in the spirit, baby. You can cover up right now, but even by the way you talk, it's in you right now. And I'm not saying that to beat you down, baby. I hope and pray that you take this to heart.
Of course.
I hope you do. Take this message. If you are running in the same cycle, it's time to do some inner work. You got to look within and see exactly what is the cycle that I'm allowing myself to stay in. You can put on some clothes right now. You go to a man, ooh, can you talk to me for a second? He's going to see the sexual nature that's in you, and he's going to lead, just like what Trill was saying.
Easy kill.
You can cover up all day long. It's in a way that it's in your behaviors, in the way you talk, in the way you interact, in the way you engage, in the way you talk about your future, in the way you talk about yourself. If you're running into the same problem, it's a you problem, baby. What do you want in a man?
Loyalty, love, a God-fearing man, someone who can respect me.
If you want someone to respect you, you got to respect yourself, baby.
Absolutely.
Okay? And if you want a God-fearing man, you got to be a God-fearing woman.
Of course.
As well.
Yes.
Okay?
I think one of the easiest ways to see how much men don't actually see women as people is to look at widowers.
Right. Let's do that. Because after all, that would make perfect sense. Take the behaviors and possible feelings of a small portion of the population and then come to the reasonable conclusion that the majority of the population must share in those behaviors and possible feelings. Okay.
Like, do you know how fast those men remarry just to have another warm body in their bed and someone making warm meals for them? Do you know how fast they will find another woman to parent their own children because they need a mother?
Does a person understand even how utterly ridiculous this sounds? Because unbeknownst to them, apparently, many men who unfortunately lose their wives to an unfortunate circumstance often choose not to remarry. So they are taking an even smaller portion of an already small portion of an entire population and using it to judge the rest of that population.
It doesn't matter that they are that child's actual parent, and it doesn't matter if the woman they find is not that kid's actual mother, because it's all the same to them, because women mother.
They're really trying, aren't they?
As long as that woman is a woman, it doesn't matter if she's actually that child's mother, as long as she's a woman. Do you see how diabolical that is?
Diabolical? Oh, I know what's really diabolical here. And it's the fact that in order to try to push a certain narrative, someone is leaving out a lot of statistical information that is freely available on this subject. Because while it is true that widowers are more likely to remarry as compared to widows within the first year, the percentage of widowers who choose to do so is only about 25 to 30% of widowers. And in fact, a lot of men, although they may enter into a relationship more often than women do after the loss of a spouse, it's about 75 to 80% of men will actually remain unpartnered. I wonder why they left out that very critical piece of information.
See this? It's a great example of a pick-me, a princess treatment, but it really should be the other way around. Like, he should be feeding her and treating her like a princess. And that's what's wrong with this society lately.
That's why you're single. Shut it.
What is the most performative thing a man can do at the gym?
Leave me alone.
Probably take their shirt off and be all glistening and be like...
Literally grunting when putting down like 15-pound dumbbells.
Okay.
Performative, like I'd be impressed with your performance if you wipe yours down and re-rack your weights.
Is this really fitness content in 2025? Is this what you go to the gym for? To be arrogant, to film these condescending videos hating on men? And can you imagine if men did this to women? And if they do, feel free to send it to me. I'll happily call their ass out too, but I see so many of these red flag videos from women all over social media. This gender-based rage bait just to get some likes and attention. Keep that nonsense out of the gym. We don't need it. And as far as grunting, there's no man grunting when he puts down 15-pound dumbbells. And if somebody does grunt, so what? They make noise-canceling headphones for a reason. So get a pair and worry about yourself. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
We normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things.
Absolutely not. You see, he's my husband. He is not community labor. He is not a public utility. He is not our man. He is my man. And I will curb stomp anyone over that man. And you see, this is the part that makes me laugh even harder about this, is this is coming from a culture of women who have spent years when being asked the question, what do you bring to the table? Their answer is, well, I am the table. A table that now apparently needs my man. Except the only table that this man eats from is mine. But if you need help around your house, you actually have some real options. You can call a handyman. You can call a contractor. You can call an electrician. And guess what? They are all licensed. They have websites, phone numbers, and invoices. And here's the best part. You can pay them with your INDEPENDENT money. My husband is not a shared resource. My marriage is not a community program. If you need a man to come do those things in your house, then go get you a man. This was fun. Have a day.
But yeah, I would take a look at a profile like this. If we were still doing the pop the balloons, I'd be like, yo, no, stay away. You put cheeks on the internet and you got the serpent tattoos behind it. Hell no.
I keep seeing this discourse on TikTok about single moms and dating single moms and who doesn't want to date single moms and, oh, you're not worthy and all this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. As a former single mom of 2 kids with 2 baby daddies, I have the room to say what I'm about to say.
Okay.
Every time you have another kid by another man or multiple kids by multiple men, your dating pool of men that will take you serious and want to date you to marry you and see you as a wifey prospect and see you as somebody they want to build their life with and take serious gets smaller, 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 smaller.
It does.
And that's just bottom line, period, end of story, end of discussion, no argument. And that's so
and
hard.
What's interesting is that what doesn't decrease at the same rate is the amount of dudes that are willing to go deep inside you. So it in fact sends mixed signals to these baby mamas, these single moms, that they think that they are ranked the same in the dating marketplace because their rate of dudes attempting hasn't gone down.
There's so much more to why people don't want to date single moms. The baggage, the mental baggage, the emotional, physical, financial, like there's so much fucking baggage.
This is refreshing.
A lot of single moms come from fucked up, mentally, emotionally draining, traumatic relationships and aren't healed. And that in itself is baggage. Being is baggage. Trauma is baggage. All that stuff, trust issues, being cheated on, it's baggage. It's baggage, it's baggage, it's baggage. And a lot of us don't take the time to heal.
Your baggage, your trauma is the antithesis of being able to go along. And not even just that, but think of the added financial hurdles. Think of the fact that she's prioritizing her children, which is great for the children, which is what I think that she should be doing. But you will remain second fiddle in that relationship, or third or fourth, depending upon how many kids that she's got.
When I got with my man, I used to tell him all the time, are you sure? Are you sure you want to date a single mom? I got 2 baby daddies, one weird one, one psychotic one. I'm good. Like, you know, I don't need your money. I pay my own bills, you know, whatever the case may be. I take care of my kids, all that. I got my own career. I got my own education. But are you sure? And for the first 6 months, I would always ask him, are you sure? Are you sure? We're 2 years in now. I'm pretty sure he's sure at this point. But you know what I'm saying? Like, even I, as a single mom, always have to think, like, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because even I, not being delusional, but being self-aware, understand that this is a lot. This is a lot for somebody. Like, this is a lot for me, and it's my situation, and I'm going through it. So imagine.
And the operative word there is, I'm not being delusional, or the operative phrase, I should say. I think a phrase even more important than that is, I'm being self-aware. And that's what men are looking at. If you're self-aware, you're more likely to take accountability. If you take accountability, then I understand that it's not only me in the relationship doing the wrong thing. It could be you. You could be the problem. And you're self-aware enough to know that. That's all a lot of men are looking for.
Ladies is like, well, I do it by myself. I'm a single mom. I got to do everything. Where has that gotten you with the choice that you get to choose from these that you're choosing from? You choosing from who have 80% been raised by women and then mad at the type of that you got to choose from these I did it without a man as. And then you got to ask yourself why you don't like these. Y'all made these. Y'all program these with all that you think a woman would need to program my king, my son, my everything. Well, why y'all don't like these? You program them that way. So then obviously in a non-biased setting, a woman raising a son to be a good counterpart for a woman ain't a good counterpart for a woman. Well, why? Because you took out the essential part of the man in that process.
But why do you say take out?
Nah, you gotta go back to that.
Why are you saying
you gotta
we
go
took
erase
out? What about the man just actually not being in
That's
that
cool.
part?
Then why, what you did to go to make this decision? You gotta ask yourself, you chose that. Didn't we have women's rights? Why you do that? You so smart.
Man, this is the Nothing But the Truth live podcast.
And honestly, I'm surprised to see Billy in this form. You know, most of the time he's cracking jokes. He's been funny. But now, I guess being on Roast Me and some of these other shows where, you know, he's just throwing out jokes, maybe he's saying, okay, I don't want to be a comedian right now. We need to be serious about these modern women. How bad has it gotten to where, and I think he's married, or he used to be married, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. But how bad is it to where these comedians say, this ain't a joke no more. This is how these modern women are. Corey Holcomb is doing that. TK Kirkland in the same way. Craig used to be on the show with Billy. And I think they used to be on the same network, right? And Craig is now on the show with Corey Holcomb. So, you know, they're all talking about the same thing. I'm thinking about another guy. I can't remember his name, but he's pretty funny in a poly relationship. And he has a general understanding. He tries to be fair and balanced, but he has a general understanding of dating society today. And he's mentioning the same things about women. So modern women have gotten to acting so delusional that even comedians can't find humor anymore.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, you know, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
This is absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry? No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. A lot of women say they want a man to lead, masculine, decisive, grounded. But what they actually want is the benefits of that, not what it asks them in return. They want him to plan. They want him to decide. They want him to take charge. They want him to be steady. But the moment they're not in control, they get uncomfortable. They question everything. They need explanations. They push back. They want to double check. They want to feel like they still have the upper hand. That's not partnership. That's control. You can't say you want a man to lead and then fight him every time he does. This isn't about being submissive like you don't have a brain. It's not about losing your voice. It's not about becoming small. It's about trust. Leadership asks you to let go of some control, to not manage everything, to not run the relationship from fear. And for a lot of women, that's hard, especially if you've had to be strong your whole life, especially if control is how you feel safe. So what happens is you want him to lead, but only in ways you approve of, only if it feels predictable, only if it doesn't trigger you. At that point, he's not leading. He's just doing what you allow. And men feel that. Good men don't stop stepping up because they're lazy. They stop because every dissident turns into a discussion or a fight. And then women say, he's passive. I feel like I am leading. Why don't men step up anymore? Because it stopped being safe for them to. You don't get masculine leadership without tolerating some discomfort. You don't get polarity while holding the steering wheel the whole time. This isn't about gender roles. It's about nervous systems. Control feels safe. Trust feels scary. And a lot of women say they want love, but what they actually want is control that feels like safety. So the question isn't, why don't men lead? The real question is, can I actually let go enough for someone to lead me? That's it. Sit with it.
And for most of the women, the answer is no. Now, I understand some apprehension, especially if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, or even in your 50s. You want to marry somebody, you want to get married, you want to do that whole song and dance, but they've got to meet me at a certain threshold. I think most men get that. But what they don't get is why everything's got to be your way. Okay, so I concede the wedding. I give that to you. Okay, I concede the honeymoon. Wherever you want to go. But why is it every time we come to a crossroads at something, it's got to be the way you do it? Oh, you load the dishwasher wrong. Oh, you didn't cook the meat right. Oh, you didn't. Oh, you smoking that meat? I don't like the way you smoked it. You don't even know how to grill. Well, it don't matter. My daddy, I don't want to hear about your dad. Your daddy don't live here. He don't live here, man. Now I can see if you say, well, my dad, you say, okay, well, let me see if I can incorporate a little bit of that. But this constant comparison that modern women do, oh, I had an ex that did X, Y, and Z. Why would I care about that? Y'all keep on trying to take shots at who I am as a person. And then you wonder why I don't want to do anything for you. It's because you're a loser and you don't know how to communicate effectively with your man.
I'm just gonna put my stuff in this to-go box. Gonna put my stuff in here because I am full, honey.
A few moments later.
Lamont James, what the, like, why would you do? Yo, you didn't pay. You did not pay. Wait, bro, you didn't pay for the tab. You want some lame fuck, bro? That's lame as. You a lame ass for real, bro.
I'm in the gym and you're a man and you see me doing the exercise wrong, do not take the opportunity to walk up to me and tell me the correct way to do it. I was in the gym the other day and I was doing lat pull downs. Had my headphones on. I was in the zone. I was going. All I know is a man, I see him in my peripheral and he's over there like, hey, like doing something. So I slide my headphone off and he's like, hey, you want to pull it right here because you could hurt your rotator cuff. I said, okay. How you know I don't like my rotator cuff a little hurt? Like, I don't like no man telling me nothing. Don't. And then now I'm working out in the gym and I'm like, damn, are you watching every exercise that I do to make sure I'm doing it right? Leave me alone. Don't tell me nothing.
Like, don't tell me nothing. Yep. I'm gonna tell you right now. Me personally, I go to the gym. So I love gym bros and I love gym women. And I love people to say, hey, you know what? Like, either you're doing a good job or ready to help you. It's so crazy how there's so many people that are nervous to go to the gym. I don't see why. There are so many great people at the gym. And I've even had people stop me before to like, show me something. I'm never going to go, get off my back. Because if it's going to hurt me in the long run, I don't want that. I don't think you've ever been hurt at the gym before. If you ego lift or you lift the wrong way and you pinch a nerve or you hurt yourself, you're going to be out for a long time and wish somebody would have helped you. You know what's so sad about women like this? These are the same women that and complain about guys bothering them when men are just trying to help because that's what men are supposed to do. Imagine now if the place got raided up, shot up and all that stuff. You guys are going to be the same women. How come there's not men to help us? There's no men defending us. You see what I mean? That's why I tell you ladies all the time. My favorite saying, I always say, what? Pick and choose your battles. Shut the heck up. Please. The more and more you complain, the more and more you're going to push good men away to not want to help you. That is so sad, somebody going out of their way to help you. I don't see what's wrong with that. I would prefer somebody going out of their way to help me than somebody trying to get at me at the gym. Not that it would matter. I wouldn't never yell at somebody or even make a video. It's not that serious. But now when you go and break your shoulder or go and hurt yourself, I don't want to hear, nobody help me. What happened? Where the man at? Why? You don't need a man. You're strong and independent and buff and all that stuff. Do it yourself. This is why people do not tell black women anything. You guys never want to be told a thing, even if it's something sweet, even if it's nice. The man-hating thing is so forced, it's getting really old. Like really, really old. At this point, snap your shoulder. I wouldn't give a damn. I don't even know why men even bother anymore with some of you guys. It's sad. Don't sit here and say, how come men don't protect? How come men don't this? Didn't he try to do that? He tried to make sure you didn't hurt yourself, and look what they get still. Damn, man.
You know, it's just every time I see this video now, I think she's joking. I think she's being sarcastic. I really do. I think it's a joke. I think she's just kind of like picking fun of how dare somebody help me. It's just, I feel like it's sarcasm. Just the way that she's talking. I understand some of these women out here, they be dead serious. But for her, I just think she's joking. I mean, I haven't seen any of her other videos. I don't know her social media account. I know Taylor has reacted to this, but I just think it's a joke.